Hey, hi Garima.
Hi Puneet, how are
Hey,
you?
I'm good. I'm good. How about you?
Good, good, absolutely good.
Oh, first of all, thank you so much for connecting with us today. So this is our third episode of IT Talks, and we are very excited to have you here today. So,
Thank you so much, Puneet, for having me here. I have a question for you before we start.
please go
Uh,
ahead.
I remember we used to talk about ebook as well. So, did you transform that idea into IT talks, or you know that project you're working separately?
Yeah, for our viewers, I'll give you just a trivia fact. So me and Garima, so we have worked together previously in Expedia. And we were also
You know,
used to be cab
Cabmates.
mates. Yeah, right. So I used to discuss my ideas with Garima. So yeah, so that's a completely separate project that I had in mind. But yeah, definitely this idea of IT talks has branched from there because I had an idea that I'll be supporting an ebook which is solely focused for helping all the people in IT. And I thought that there will be a kind of a visual aid as well. So maybe it's branched from there. Yeah, definitely.
Oh, okay. I'm so sorry if I revealed your another project.
No, that's completely fine. That's completely fine. Right. So Garima, why not let us start with an introduction, maybe if you want to introduce to our audience. Yeah.
Sure. So my name is Garima. I have overall 11 years of experience. I've been a recruiter since beginning, and I was absolutely sure that I want to do recruitment. So,
Oh, wow.
Puneet, you will see me retiring as a recruiter.
Oh my
Okay.
God. Right. So I think first of all, I think it's a wonderful job. So my wife also belongs from the HR domain only. And I understand, about the recruitment process and we'll discuss more, about all those pain points. And we have
Absolutely.
got lots of interesting stuff today for our viewers. So, okay. So, which brings me to my first question, So, being into talent acquisition field, I think you must have, worked with diverse company. You have worked with diverse companies such as BCG, Expedia, etc. So, what prompted you? You said you were very clear that you are going to pursue this field. So, may I know, like, what was the idea behind that?
See, okay. So when I was in second year of my MBA, okay, so there was a time when I had to decide whether I want to do marketing, whether I want to do sales, or whether I want to do HR. So I was absolutely clear that I want to do recruitment because when I read about recruitment, so I that impact piece of recruitment really hit me. Okay, because on one hand you are helping candidates in getting jobs, and job I think is the most important part of anyone's being.
Absolutely.
So that's one. And then from organization perspective also, people are the most important asset for any organization. So if people hired by me are changing direction of the organization, so I feel accomplished. So
Hmm.
these are the two pieces which keeps me connected to recruitment.
I completely agree to that. Though I know HR field is kind of an jinx. Because my wife is HR. So I often find myself complaining about her field. But yeah, definitely I understand the
Yeah.
pain of recruiters, and definitely even are most of the guys when they're going for job. I think you guys are the first point, for the point of entry for anyone. Okay, so I
Yeah,
think
absolutely. Being
yeah.
face of the organization is always good.
Right. So which brings to our, central discussion, as we discussed, we wanted to keep today's theme of talk, let's talk about recruitment, So which brings me to my next question. So as an IT recruiter, so I'm 100% sure
Mhm.
that you go through hundreds of resume and profiles every day. So what is the approach do you typically follow, to skim through and actually shortlist, those resume and profiles?
So the first thing which I see, obviously, apart from basic HR parameters like experience, tech stack, etc., etc., I try to see how authentic is the profile looking. It
Okay.
shouldn't be a typical cut, copy, paste thing because the biggest problem which I see, especially in engineering community, is people do cut, copy, paste. Okay, so what they do is they browse through different profiles either on LinkedIn, they reach out to their friends, they
Yes.
cut, copy, paste, and that's one thing which and when I talk to them, so I kind of relate whether what that particular person has, what they've written, they've actually done it or not, because that's the biggest mistake which I see people commit. They write something else, they do something else, And when you actually talk to them and when you actually interview them, the profile comes to be completely different from what they are trying to portray. There is a reason behind that. What happens is when we are looking for a change, either people are looking for their career transitions, or they are looking for career advancement options. So in that quest, people tend to exaggerate their profiles, or they try to misrepresent what they are actually doing, which is kind of okay. But then you should only be writing what you can justify in the interview. You should only write what is relevant to what your current profile. You should always only write what you want to do in your next role.
Absolutely.
So if you cannot justify in the interview, many times it happens that people write projects in their resumes, but when we ask them, they say that, okay, this was just a 2 months project, I was working as a team member. They don't have in-depth knowledge of what they are writing.
Right.
So yeah, that's the way how you should never ever exaggerate. You should always write what you can justify.
Garima, completely, agree with you. So which brings me, right now talking to you, I actually can recall one of the incidents. So I learned it the very hard way. I remember, so I was down the previously, like I had around 3 years of experience, and I was given an interview. So the interviewer asked me something from my very first company, and I said, that was, 2 years back. And then he actually said, but you have written it in your resume. And then he gave me this the hard way that, each and every word that you are putting in your resume, you should be able to defend it in an interview. Then only put it down in your resume. Otherwise, just leave it.
Absolutely. There is no point of writing something which you cannot manage an interview, because interviewers, they take it very seriously. If you've written it, whether it's relevant to the role they are hiring or not, but if they find a candidate who's written something, they'll definitely ask.
Right. So,
and then then they kind of take it negatively. Then they kind of take it negatively that, you've written it and you can't justify it. So then there is no point. It's better to get screen rejected, honestly speaking, rather than getting rejected in that way.
Right. So, one personal question I had, which I personally wanted to ask you. So, I have seen, personally, I've gone through many resumes, and I've seen many templates. There are some attractive ones, where there is lots of graphics, and codes and everything you need. Or so, what do you, as a recruiter, what do you prefer? Or you must have had other colleagues, right? So, as a community, I'm like asking this question: what should a candidate go? They should go with a simple format, or go with those attractive ones, which are very, these days in the they're floating around just like anything.
No recruiter is bothered about templates. Okay. It's a myth. Okay. What is important is what you are writing on your profile. That is more important. So when you are writing something in your profile, when you're trying to, so what you are writing should demonstrate. So like at times what happens is people write effective communication skills. They write effective listener. So this is not demonstrating anything.
Right.
If you're writing anything, write examples. If you want to portray good communication skills, then write example where you used it. So
Absolutely.
no templates at all. We are okay with any template, but your profile, what you've written, should reflect what you are doing. That is more important. Write your accomplishments.
Thank you so much for busting that myth. So personally, so I thought, so even if I use a very beautiful template, it might attract the recruiter. My profile might get more traction.
No, it doesn't do that. It's just that your resume has to be clean. Your resume has to be nicely, formatted. Fonts should be equal. Just maintain basic hygiene factor. That's it. No need to, no fancification required.
Yeah. So one more question, so I have seen, so two kinds of resumes. So one are pretty short ones, 1 or 2 pager. And then, with like, if I talk about myself, with a person having more than 10 years of experience, I have worked on multiple projects, so if I list down everything, probably it will go beyond 3 to 4 pages. So what do you recommend? Yeah, an ideal length maybe for a resume?
Yeah, so for experienced ones also, ideal length is up to 2 pages or probably 2.5. That's it. If you will make a more elaborative one, nobody has time to, go
Right.
through with so many pages. So we basically look for summary, current profile. Last 2-3 projects we are more concerned about. So 4-5 pages doesn't make any sense. So make it crisp, highlight your accomplishments, write in a summarized manner what you've done, make a concise one, which reflects everything what you are trying to portray. That's it. No, like, I mean, give some scope for interview as well. You don't want to write everything on the profile.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much, for shedding light on that. So, any a resume other than that, I think you have elaborated quite a lot. So, any resume writing tips or generic advice you'd like to give out to any aspiring job seeker out there?
Very simple and basic one. Don't exaggerate. I've already said it. Don't. I mean, if you're a Java developer, guys, please don't write big data on it. It doesn't make any sense. Because what happens is, Puneet, when especially with technologists, they write every skill.
Yeah.
If databases, they'll write all of them, whether they've worked for 1 week, whether they've learned it, whether they've done training. They'll write everything. Don't do that. Just write what you've done. I mean, honesty is also a superpower if used properly.
Definitely.
There is no harm in there is no harm in writing what you are actually doing. So that's one. Apart from this, just maintain basic hygiene and write relevant things. That is more important. Don't do cut, copy, paste. Take ideas from other resumes, but please mold it as per your profile, and just be a little mindful of what you are writing. That's it. Because maximum rejections, Puneet, we get when we take feedbacks from interviewers comes like, candidate has written many things, but when I actually spoke to him, he couldn't justify. That's
right.
That's the main reason why maximum people get rejected.
Very true, Garima. So in fact, I can perfectly, understand your pain, maybe what I'm hearing. And I think it will be quite insightful for our viewers as well, I think when they'll go through this interview. So also one thing I've seen, a slight change in the trend of recruitment. I can see like media platforms like LinkedIn, have come up, and I have seen, rather than recruiter actually going to there, are you also like, do you look like a recruit from like using LinkedIn? You see people's LinkedIn profile. So how much weightage should a candidate, should he also polish his LinkedIn profile apart from his resume?
Absolutely. So we do, many times it happens that resume says something else, LinkedIn profile says something else, which is like a red flag. So we kind of then ask candidates that, your profile says something else and your resume says something else. But otherwise, LinkedIn is your resume.
Yeah.
LinkedIn is also your resume.
Right.
So at times we don't even ask for detailed resume. We just ask them, whether your LinkedIn profile is updated or not. So we use LinkedIn profile as a testimonial for candidates' profile. So
great.
LinkedIn, GitHub, these days there are so many social platforms from where we kind of we've started sourcing.
Would you like to recommend something other than LinkedIn? So which might be popular these days, which our candidates might refer to to create their profiles?
GitHub is one. Then Stack Overflow is subset of GitHub. So I think GitHub can be the second preferred choice.
Sure. Great, Garmi. I think you have shared you have shared in a very short time. You have shared quite a lot of facts for any probable candidate who is looking out for a job, and I think it's going to help a lot. Now I want to move to little personal side. So I've also heard that you are a brilliant painter. So can you tell us more about your passion? So personally, I follow you on Instagram as well. So I have seen your work. So yeah, please.
Brilliant, I don't know, Puneet, but then I have I call myself as a creative being. So I like learning different art forms. So I've learned calligraphy so far. I can do watercolors. I've learned doodling as well. So for me, recruitment and art goes hand in hand. Both work is very important for me. So yeah, that's the way how it is.
Great. So when did you start actually painting? So is it something that you recently started, or like you long back you have been doing it for years?
I started in school. Okay, so I was not a very studious student during my childhood. I was always more interested in extracurricular activities. So I used to participate in all kind of painting competitions.
Wow, nice.
So it started from there. But then I kind of stopped it in during my college time. For 4 5 years, like in my graduation, post graduation, I didn't do it at all. Even my initial years of employment, I didn't do it. But then, yeah, slowly, I came across some workshops. I attended some 2 3 workshops, and that's how I again started pursuing it.
Wow, so nice. So, as a personal request and for our viewers as well, I'll request you to maybe share a few pictures of your work. I'll include them towards the end of this video, for everyone to view.
Yeah, so I tried to search for some. I do not, I mean, most of them are framed, but I have these small canvases which I can show you.
Nice.
These are the two ones. And then I have one smaller one as well. And there is one art journal which I do. So this is my journal. So
Nice.
for my daily practice, I generally use this. So yeah, that's another one. These are the small ones which I can show you.
Thank you so much, Garima, for taking out time and actually bringing those all the paintings along with you.
You're welcome.
So we move to maybe the last question for our talk, and my favorite one, which I always ask to all my viewers, what is your favorite book or books, that you have maybe read recently or that is very close to your heart? Yeah.
So, Puneet, rather than talking about the favorite book, I want to talk about a book which has changed my reading habit.
Please.
There is a book called How to Read a Book.
Oh, I have not heard about that. Wow, definitely.
Yeah, even this. So, when I started reading this book, so what happened was for many years, I was reading books, but I was not able to retain what I was reading. I was not able to, use lessons in my real life. So I was just doing research on how to read in a better way. So I came across this book, and this book has completely changed the way how I read now. So as per this book, when you start reading a book, there has to be a goal.
Absolutely.
And goal has to be either you want to fetch out information out of it, if you are reading a book for better understanding of a specific topic. So there has to be a goal, and this book also talks about levels of reading. So after reading this book, I realized that I was only reading at elementary level.
Wow.
So if you want to deeply study about something, then you have to read it in analytical level of reading. Analytical level is when you are actually making notes, when you are reading it twice, thrice. So it kind of completely changed my way of reading. If somebody is into reading, if you want to make best out of what you're reading, this is a must read for everyone.
So so can you again repeat the title, and if you know the author, for our viewers? I think definitely I'm going to make a note of it.
So this book is called How to Read a Book, and author's name is Charles Van Doren.
Okay. Sure. So definitely, so I'm going to put it up in my reading list, and this is definitely something that I'm looking forward to.
Sure.
Great.
This will definitely help you in, understanding things better, and, if you want to study something deeply, this will definitely help you.
So thank you so much, Garima, for actually taking out time and connecting with us today. I know you have been super busy. But you finally agreed to my request and took out time, and I think you get a lot of valuable insights to all our viewers here today, and you also burst some of the myths related to IT HR recruitment. So thank you for that. And so we are towards the very last. So if you want to say any closing remarks or anything to our viewers.
Nothing special, Puneet. The way I mentioned earlier, just stick to basics, keep your fundamentals right. Don't try to do anything fancy. Honestly speaking, I know job change is difficult, especially in today's times. It's not easy to find a job, but just keep calm, give your best. That's it.
Great. Thank you so much, Garima, once again for, taking out time. And, so I'm, so as I said, I'm looking forward to actually meeting you in person. I hope, the third wave doesn't
You're
come.
just 5 minutes away, Puneet.
Yeah, I know. We are very nearby. And just today I went to the market. So I was thinking, so yeah, definitely, let us meet soon. Great.
Sure, Puneet.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Best
Take
of luck for
care.
your venture and the ones which you are planning secretly also.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Garima. All the best.
Thank you. Thanks, Puneet. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hi everyone, thank you for watching our video. Like, share and subscribe to our channel for more such insightful sessions. We will be regularly uploading on our channel every Sunday, so stay tuned and like our other social media handles as well. The links of the same will be mentioned in the description box below. Bye bye.